Morning dear students, welcome back to our science online class. I hope you all are absolutely fine and doing well at your home and you are referring all the videos related to your concept. So dear students, in last class we have learned the mode of nutrition. With this we are learning about the autotrophic plants. So what are the main examples of autotrophic plants? That is the green plants, how they are preparing their food with the help of carbon dioxide, water and the sunlight, and this process is called as the photosynthesis process. So what is the energy or what is the food getting from the photosynthesis process? That is the glucose, okay, which is consumed by the plants, and as well as some of the part is stored as a starch in the plants. So dear students, in today's class we are going to learn the next part of the nutrition in plants. So this is our part 3. Here we are going to discuss the first thing, that is the autotrophs versus heterotrophs mode of nutrition. So here autotrophs means, already you have very well known about the autotrophs definition, that is they are making their own food including plants and some of the protists and some of the bacteria. So which bacteria we have included as an example? That is the cyanobacteria. Now the second mode of nutrition, that is the heterotrophs. In the heterotrophs, they cannot make their own food, they must obtain energy from the outside source. So here some of the plants, animals are there which are depends upon the other living organism for preparing their food, okay. So here heterotrophs means they cannot make their own food and they must obtain energy from outside sources. It includes animals like human being or us also. So we are also one of the living organism, okay. And next is the fungi and the bacteria. So here some of the few of the examples are there where we are including the heterotrophs, okay. So we are referring the mode of nutrition where heterotrophs, okay. Now how many types are there about the heterotrophic plants? Here totally 4 types are there heterotrophic plants. That is, the first one is the parasitic plants, saprophytic plants and the insectivorous and the symbiotic plant, okay. So here totally how many types are there for the heterotrophic plants? Here totally 4 types, that is the parasitic, saprophytic, insectivorous and the symbiotic plant. Totally how many plants? 4, okay. I hope there is no confusion about the types of the heterotrophic plants, okay. So let us discuss one by one. So first, in today's class we are going to discuss the parasitic plant. The parasitic plants, here we are going to take some few of the example to understand how the parasitic plants are preparing their food, okay. Let's see. So here just go the definition of parasitic plants. So what is the parasitic plants? It takes ready-made food from the host plant, okay. It takes ready-made food from the host plants. The question is where arise, what is host plant, okay. So the question where arise, what is the host plant? That the plants on which it climbs for food is called as a host. So dear students, let's take this definition. It is very easy. That is, what is parasitic plants? That is, it takes ready-made food from the host plants as well as the plants on which it climbs for the food is called as a host, okay. So let us understand what do you mean by the host concept. So dear students, the plants get their food from another green plant, okay. So which plants you can include here? Pea, yes, it climbs the another plant for taking the food. So such type of plant is called as the parasitic plants, okay. Let us understand one by one, okay. So here the parasitic plant is defined as these plants get their food from another green plant known as a host, and these parasitic plants suck the sap from the stems of the host using special parasitic roots called hostrea. Okay, so here you can see this image. So how this plant, see here how the movements are going on here. So in this image what happened, this green plants is taking their food, it is attacking or it depending to the another stem. So this is the another stem. So this is one of the plant which get their food from another plant. Okay, once again I am showing to here. Okay, so just observe this movement here, how this stem is sapping from the stem of the host using the special parasitic roots. Okay, this is the another special parasitic roots which they are climbing to the another green plant for taking their food. Okay, so this is the parasitic plant. So you can take any one of the example. You can take the example of tendril of bitter gourd, pumpkin as well as peas. So here these are the parasitic plants, which plants that get their food from another green plants. Okay, so another concept is the hostrea. Okay, so what is the hostrea? That the parasitic plants suck the sap from the stems of the host using special parasitic roots. So this is your hostrea. Okay, so this hostrea penetrates into the host tissue and make connections with the conducting elements of host and draw nourishment. Okay, so this is the parasitic plants where the plants get their food from the another green plant. Okay, this only the host. So the question can be asked that what is host and what is hostrea. So these two answers you have to write. Here we got as an exam point of view two questions, that is one is what is host and what is the hostrea. Okay, so this is all about the parasitic plants. Let's discuss with the examples these parasitic plants. Okay, so here the first one example of parasitic plant, that is the Cascata. Okay, this is the Cascata. So in this image you can see how this Cascata can be identified. So it can be identified the thin stems with the leaves. Okay, in your surrounding also you can found this Cascata. So it is a very thin stems with the leaves, reduce the minor scales. Okay, and is Cascata attach itself to an adjacent plants and wrap itself around like a any one of the jal. Okay, so here you can see here how it is a wrapping their stems each and every one itself. Okay, so it is highly difficult to solve it, that where which the stems it when it is come from, where it is the root. Okay, so here totally you can imagine that the Cascata is like a big jal. Okay, so here Cascata can be identified by its thin stems with the leaves, reduce the minor scales, and this Cascata attaches itself to an adjacent plant and wraps itself around. And if the host contain food beneficial to Cascata, the latter produces hostrea that penetrate conducting stems of the host. Okay. So this is one of the first example that parasitic plants. First example is Cascata. Okay. So here the 1 marks question can be asked. 1 marks question can be asked, what is Cascata plant and what are the mode of nutrition? What are the mode of nutrition of Cascata plant? That is Cascata can be identified by its thin stem. Okay, by its thin stems. Now let's discuss the second example, that is the Orben K. Okay, so what is the spelling? So dear students, this spelling is little bit tough, as because these are the biological names of these flowers and as well as the plant. So you have to be remember. So how you can remember? By doing daily practice of these names. So what is the second example of parasitic plant? That is the Auburn-K. Okay, Auburn-K, it is a broom wraps are the root parasites of a wide range of the plants having broad leaves. They lack chlorophyll and appear above the ground only when they flower like cascata. Okay, so what happened? What is the main criteria of Auburn-K? That is, these are the root parasites of a wide range. So these are the roots of parasites of the wide range of plants having the broad leaves. They having the broad leaves. Okay, but they lack chlorophyll and appear above the ground only when they flower. So if in these plants flower will come, then only it will appear. But what happens? They don't have a chlorophyll. They'll having a lack chlorophyll. So dear students, make it as a green mark in your textbook, that is, they lack chlorophyll. They don't have a chlorophyll substance. Okay, so it appears above the ground and only when they flower. When it comes above the ground, when it having the flowers. So which plant it is? The Auburn-K. Now let us discuss the next example of this category, that is the parasitic plants. So last example is, that is the Viscum. Okay, the last example of parasitic plant, it is a Viscum. Viscum, the common name of Viscum is mistletoe. Okay, so it is a mistletoe. So it is a parasitic evergreen shrub that grows high up on the branches. So you can see here, this is the Viscum, which grows where? At high sides on the branches of old trees. Okay, so on the old trees it can be found. It is a parasitic evergreen shrubs. Okay, it is a parasitic evergreen shrubs that grows high up on the branches. So on the high up of the branches of the tree it can be found, and the plants having its essential nutrition and water by sending out roots into the bark of the host trees. So the most common host of the milestone is a apple tree. Through it can also grow on other trees that have soft bark. Okay, so they have a soft bark. So here another examples are there about the Viscum plants. So what are those examples? That is the oak, chestnut, black pollard and various other fruit trees. So Viscum, where you can obtain this Viscum? On the high branches of old trees, where the plant extract its essential nutrition and water by sending out roots into the bark of the host trees. So what are the host trees? That the plants get their food from another green plants is known as the host. Okay, so these are about the parasitic plants. So dear students, I hope there is no confusion about the parasitic plants and their example. So dear students, what are the important points are there related to parasitic plants? I have discussed here. Just go through your textbook as well as this video, so you will get the main points that what we have to be collect. So dear students, in today's class what we have learned? The difference between the autotrophs and the heterotrophs. In the heterotrophs, how many types are there? Totally 4 types are there. In that, first we have learned today, that is the parasitic plants. Next is the saprophytic plants concept. We will going to be complete in our next class. So just go through your textbook as well as this video, so you will get a proper knowledge about this concept. So dear students, be habit of practicing daily this science concept as well as the important points. Okay, so dear students, just take care of yourself and have a good day. Bye bye.